Hello everybody, welcome back to Larry's Fountain Pens, and I'm Larry. For all those newbies out there, I've got another pen for you. And this is what the pen looks like. It is a smooth milk white student fine nib fountain pen from China. So, again, newbies, I really like to get as much information as I can to you folks and to show you as much as I can of fountain pens that I think that may just work for you guys. I know I was in the same boat that you all were in once, and I could never figure out which pen would be good for me, which will work for me, which will be satisfactory for my needs. Well, we all have different needs, correct? Different likes and dislikes, so it would be rather difficult for me to actually pinpoint a certain pen to several newbies, but hopefully give a working knowledge to several newbies on what I think that might work pretty well for you folks. And the reason why I doing the Jinhao, if you're not sure that you want to be into fountain pens, you're thinking about it, for thinkers, and you're still a newbie that's in it, but really you're still just not 100% sure that fountain pens is your thing, I say, well, for $1.20 for this pen, you can't go wrong. It's a win-win. Free shipping, $1.20, and I'll tell you about this pen later, why I think it's a good pen for newbies or for folks already in the fountain pens. So let's get on with it, and I will show you some colors of ink that I've inked it up with, and some other colors that match along that same color line. And then I'll give some dimensions and good writing samples and all that good jazz, okay? All right. So like I said, it's the Jinhao 991 from China. And they classify this pen as a smooth, milk white, student fine nib fountain pen. And it's a pull-off cap. And the material of the pen is all plastic. And on the barrel of the clip, I do like the, on the barrel, it gets narrowed down to the tip of it, wider at the top, but as you go to the cap, it's all going to be about the same as far as the dimensions. The clip on the cap has a nice spring to it, and I really do like that. It's not stiff and hard, but then it's not too springy. I like that. And at the top of the finial, you'll see a little plastic dome kind of. It's just there, maybe just for looks, but it really has, I don't think, any particular function that I can tell. It's a pull-off cap, and inside, that you can't see and I can, it has another insert. It's a white insert, and it looks like it's attached to this dome up here. So it could be an ink protector to keep the nib maybe safe or not from drying out. That's what I'm thinking. So, and that's really, there is all to this pen. There's nothing fancy, flashy about the pen. It's just a nice, simple, affordable fountain pen. So let's go ahead and go to the grip, and you can see at the grip, it's all plastic clear, see-through, and I don't have a whole lot of ink left in it, but You can tell right here that the color of ink is green. And we go down to the nib, and it does have F for fine, Jinhao, and it has the Jinhao logo on the nib. And then there's the feed. And we'll unscrew the barrel. It does come with a converter. And I'm going to shoot some ink down to the feed. And I can see on this end how it just turned green. So, let's do the dimensions of the pen. The length of the pen is 5.48 inches. The cap is 2.36 inches. The barrel is 3.12 inches. And from the tip of the pen to the end of the barrel is going to be 5.3 inches. On the widest point of the grip, right back up here is about it's 0.36 inches. And then it gets narrowed down right about here. It's 0.35 inches. The cap widest point, and it's going to be all through the cap, it's going to be 0.46 inches. The widest point of the barrel is going to be right in here, 0.41 inches. Because as you go down the barrel, it does get slimmer on down. You have a more girthier barrel at the beginning on the top here, then it kind of slims down to the end of the pen. So those are the dimensions of the pen. Now, what kind of ink am I going to be using? Well, I'm using the Robert Oyster Fire and Ice. And a few green inks in that family are going to be the Ebony Green, kind of close to it, not totally, but close. And then the Ackerman how do you pronounce that, sir?
Gronwald Summer.
Yeah, I can never pronounce it. So, anyway, those are the inks. So now, let's get into how this pen writes. And I'm going to be using the Rhodia lined paper. And ignore this, please, down here. I was just scribbling. So here we go. Fine nib. That's supposed to be 0. I can tell you now, the nib is really a nice and smooth nib. Few S's. Check for wetness. Not real wet, but it's not dry at all. And we'll do some writing. Right. And good ink flow. No bad starts. No skips. And we'll do a little fast writing. And there you have it. Upside down. And it doesn't really ride upside down, so I'm not going to push it. And line variation, no pressure with pressure. And you're really not going to get much. Maybe a tad. So, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you found the Jinhao 990 interesting. I know I did, because to be honest with you, I didn't see how this pen was going to be any good at all. For $1.29, that didn't sound like a nice, decent fountain pen. And I said, what the heck? So I inked it up, I wrote with it. Hey, for the money, it's well worth it. A nice fountain pen. It won't break the bank, and it sure will help you folks that are thinking about, should I or shouldn't I? That is the question. All right, folks, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell thing up there so it'll notify you when I have videos coming up. Because you don't want to miss any videos, right? I don't want to miss you guys. You don't want to miss me. We'll just bond together. Leave your comments below. It's important. I do read all the comments, believe it or not. I try to get back to as many as I can. No, I don't get everybody. I apologize for that. Hit that like up there also. That also helps me. And remember, don't test and drive. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Love you guys.